Hi, I'm David Michael Kennedy, and we're here in my studio in El Rito, New Mexico. It's such a hard time for all of us right now with this virus and the uncertainty. And Lynn Goldsmith called me from Rock and Roll Photo Gallery and thought it would be fun if we could share stories about our experiences photographing people and make it kind of a way for us to communicate, reach out to each other, and have a little bit more social contact during these really hard times. And that sounded like a good idea to me, and we thought the first person I'd talk about was Willie Nelson. So in July of 1990, Bill Johnson, art director at CBS Records in Nashville, gave me a call and told me that Willie was coming through New York and asked if I was available to shoot him. And as it turned out, I was at my house in upstate New York, which was a perfect place to photograph Willie and for him to park his bus. So he showed up in the early afternoon and we hung out for a few hours and did some Willie Nelson kind of things. And then we got to work. And the album cover was Born for Trouble, and the idea was that Willie would be sitting on his motorcycle. So this was the cover photograph that we did in our old barn, which I really like a lot. I enjoyed working with Willie very, very much. And then for the back cover, Bill wanted me to do a portrait, and I love doing tight headshots. So this was the portrait that I love. Now for the cover, Bill picked a color photograph, which I like too, but this one is the one that's very special to me. And Bill Johnson was always really very good to me. And a few weeks later, this arrived in the mail. And we were still shooting 12 and 3/4 by 12 and 3/4 inch square album covers at that time. And this is the printer's proof that shows color balance and allows the art director to check everything and make sure it's exactly the way he wants it before it goes to press. And so Bill sent me this, which was a very special gift. I know it's got a little glare in it, but you get the idea. And working with Willie was really wonderful, and he brought his family along on the bus. So I was lucky enough to do a portrait of Willie and Lucas. And I would love to photograph Lucas again because I love his music. But even back then, he was just this special little guy. And we had such a good time up in the country. Now, the prints that I'm showing you are all platinum palladium prints, which is a really wonderful old process. It's all hand-coded, all analog. And I thought that you might enjoy seeing a little bit about how it's done. And when I went to get the prints to do video, I realized that the last one of these I'd printed had sold. So I had to print another one of these before I could do this video. And so Milton filmed me making this print. So if you're curious about the process and you'd like to see more, Lynn will be posting that video too. Anyway, I hope that everybody's staying peaceful, happy, and safe, and we just have to trust in the universe and believe that this too shall pass. Aho.